All right, man. This is your boy Jay with Jupiter Rock One.
What up?
What up, man? Great fight, great fight.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Definitely more entertaining than the first fight for sure. You know, Manny Pacquiao, new WBO welterweight champ. You know, you could kind of say that he redeemed himself this time. The only thing I disagree on is the 118-110, and I'm pretty sure I think it was Glenn Trowbridge because I did some research on the dude. He was the guy that actually gave the decision to Brandon Rios over Richard Abril, which I highly disagreed on, but we ain't really here to talk about that, man. Give me your takes on this fight.
Well, right off the bat, I think Bradley had a good first few rounds. He looked strong. I think Bradley was trying to set Pacquiao up the way Marquez set Pacquiao up, but from the way Pacquiao was boxing, I think Freddie, distilled in his mind, don't make that same mistake. Don't get over aggressive. Don't let him catch you. He's going to try to knock you out. They knew that was Bradley's strategy from the get-go. And I mean, Bradley was stronger than he usually is. But I think that, to me, Bradley looked tired, like drained, like he had an adrenaline dump.
Right.
And all that strength training could do that to you. If you don't do it the right way.
Right.
And Bradley boxed better than me the first fight than he did this fight. This fight he was throwing wild blind punches.
Yeah.
And he caught Manny one or few times, about 3 or 4 times during the fight with one of those haymakers.
Yeah.
But all the taunting and things like that, to me, was like, it didn't. I was like, is he getting hurt? That's making him do that? Because when fighters get hit and they get hurt, they play it off like that.
Right.
Or did he feel that Manny was, a little more than he expected? I don't know what was up with Bradley's antics. What do you think?
Well, here's my thing. I actually thought I gave him the first round. And I thought he was actually doing good, first few rounds. I actually scored the fight 116-112 for Pacquiao. And now even if you could make the judgment, there's an argument where you could say there was 2 split rounds. I believe you could maybe round 5 could have been a split round and round 11 could have been a split round. But even if you would have gave us one split round, let's say to Manny, that still would have been 115-113. But the only thing I really didn't like about Bradley in this fight was that he kept. See, this is the thing, man. He was already behind in the fight going in. Let me explain a little bit more in detail what I exactly mean by that. Okay, because first of all, he's going in there in a pro Pacquiao crowd. Okay. Now, yeah, so he's been under the big lights before. This is his 3rd pay-per-view fight.
Yeah.
Now, when he's over there, with his guard down, sticking his head down, doing the taunts and the feints, trying, making Manny Pacquiao throw and making him miss, which he did a decent job of doing. The only problem with that is that, when you're in a pro Pacquiao crowd, he's going to beat you on punch count, no matter. It doesn't matter if the shots land or not, because the crowd gets all wild and excited and shit, and that brings attention to the judges. Oh shit, this guy's throwing a lot, because you notice every time, even if he wasn't landing, he was throwing a lot of punches. The crowd was going wild. That's always
a factor, and that has always been a factor in boxing, and that didn't help Pacquiao the first fight either. I mean, if you really want to be honest about it, that was a pro Pacquiao crowd, and they still gave it to Bradley. So it doesn't always mean that it's gonna favor the guy.
Yeah,
And,
but Bradley was moving more in that first fight, though. You know what I'm saying? And he was
Bradley
actually
he had good head movement this fight. He was, he had good move. He was making Manny miss a lot.
yeah. But that's only, half the job, though. You know what I'm saying? Because there was also times when I don't understand why Bradley was doing this. I was kind of like, he was actually in the corner. I'm like, dude, you gotta like get out of that corner, man. Like, he was actually inviting Pacquiao to come over and hit him. I don't know why he was doing that, man.
It's not like he was like calling him in and then unloading on him, like setting him up. He wasn't like, I don't. That's what I was telling you. I don't know what his antics were.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. When he was boxing on the outside, he was doing good, but then when he put his guard down, stick his head out, stick his tongue out, like, doing some, dumb Brandon Rio shit, he going to beat you on punch count regardless. You know what I'm saying? Whether the shots land or not.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. The first couple rounds in that fight, I was thinking, if Bradley keeps up this pace,
yeah, exactly. I thought the exact same way too. I'm like, you know what? If he keeps doing that the whole entire fight, he's gonna, I think he'll win pretty decisively, and that's what he really needed. But at the end of the day, I don't blame him for, his trainer, and Timothy Bradley saying, "Hey, man, we really need to knock this guy out," which I totally don't blame him at all. But it's like what you said. He was like expanding so much energy with with the one with haymakers. And don't get me wrong, he did catch Pacquiao with some good haymakers. He even did some really good body work.
Yeah.
But I could see that he's in really good shape. You know what I'm saying? I could tell there was sometimes when the fatigue kicked in like a little bit, and there was also that time when Pacquiao hit him, and I think he was kind of like hanging on the ropes. You remember that?
Yeah.
So
he got stunned.
Yeah, he got stunned. He was hanging off the ropes, and I didn't like the times when he kept nodding his head. And it's cool to be confident, but you can't be too overconfident when you're in a pro Pacquiao crowd, man. You gotta.
I don't think that was confidence, though. I think it was more false bravado, more like, just it's something that a lot of fighters do when they start to when something hurts them. Because the boxers are the ones feeling those punches. We're just watching it. It might not look like nothing to us, but by the time that he started doing those antics, it's not like he was beating Manny up and then showing up. Because Manny kept, Manny had him against a rope man and and combinations on him and stuff like that. And then he would come out and put his hands down and wiggle a little bit, and I'm like, Bradley, come on, man, you're pulling the old, loser dance. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, damn, man. But other than that,
you can't tell me that Bradley looked his best this fight at all, like compared to like his last few fights.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst he's looked to me in his last 4 fights. He didn't impress me tonight, man. I don't think he impressed a lot of people tonight. I expected more out of Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, the emotions kicked in, man. He was trying to go for that knockout. I think that, you could even go back and recall, because I remember when Joel Diaz, I think it was like around round 4, and there was another round or two, way later, he said, "Tim, you got to stop acting stupid and wake up." You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing all, the antics. But I actually thought that the fight, that's the only thing I really disagree on, was the 118-110.
Some people were saying that Manny Pacquiao mom did some voodoo on him.
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck is up with that?
What was she doing? I didn't get a good look.
I have no idea, man. That chick, she was freaking me out.
Like, what was she doing?
I think she was praying over her rosary. But it looks like she was, like, trying to cast a spell on Timothy Bradley. I'm like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I saw my boy Tori on Facebook post something like, because I missed the part where they was showing his mom, and I read what he wrote on Facebook. I just thought he was being funny, but then, like, I heard a few people talking about it, so.
She was doing some, like, Papa Shango shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is that?
Hey, that shit worked, nigga. That's what that was.
And then, like, you can see, like, after round 12, they were both kneeling down. I'm like, whoa, man.
Her and his wife?
Yeah, she came into the ring and kneeled down with him. I'm like, okay. No comment. But, man, here's another thing, too, man. Now, what I'm about to say, everybody's going to, you know, agree on, okay? Now, it's no surprise, man, that we all want this Mayweather fight, right? You know, you can tell by the crowd and, the, you know, everybody backstage. And, here's the one thing that pissed me off about Manny Pacquiao, man. And I just wanted to throw up when I heard it, man.
What?
Max Kellerman, after the fight, asked him, what does he want to do now? Because now he's a champ. He motherfucking said it's up to my promoter again.
He always...
I'm like, dude, you know everybody wants the Mayweather fight. How hard is it just to say...
Bob Arum.
Yeah, how hard is it to say I want the winner of Mayweather Maidana? What's so hard about that?
There's always these rich old ass men in boxing.
Like Bob Arum has like a spell cursed on him, or you know, like a literally like a magic spell, you know, attached. I don't know. Bob Arum might be telling him that shit. It's really strange, man. I'm like, dude, you got leverage now. You got a belt. You got negotiation power to get. If Mayweather wins, you definitely got leverage now. So how hard is it to say I want the winner of Mayweather Maidana? When I heard that, dude, I literally was disgusted. I could not believe that shit. Like, he literally,
hey, Bob Arum wasted no time crawling his old decrepit ass up in the ring after that. He was right there.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody just drop kick him off the rope.
Seriously, man. Like, dude, come on, man. Like you can't speak up for yourself. Like, how hard is that shit? I seriously don't understand that shit.
Pacquiao's never been that. He's never been the guy to call out his opponents.
But dude, but what makes that situation different though? This is the biggest. This ain't no ordinary fight. This is like, you know, the biggest fight ever in history. It's not like, you know, no ordinary fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a whole different atmosphere of a fight. If it was like some regular non-title fight, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're coming up the ranks. But this is like, you know, the biggest fight in history, and it's not like everybody still wants that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, all right? Because look, Pacquiao's always been like that, so I don't sweat it. You know, he's always been my promoter, my man. You know, talk to my coach and whatever. Your honest opinion: can Manny Pacquiao beat Floyd Mayweather?
Is my honest opinion, no.
Why? Okay, explain.
Well, first of all, man, we're gonna have to do a whole separate video about that, man, because we only got 2 minutes left. But I promise we'll do another video about that.
No doubt.
And I will break it down fully, but I just don't have the time because I just want to do this. I'm actually gonna do another video on this fight again. Okay. We could probably hit it up again, but. That's the only two things that I'm more pissed off about Manny not calling out Floyd than the 118, 110. I mean, that's like, first of all, Bradley don't have the star power.
You know why he didn't call out Floyd? Because it's political.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's not that he don't want to fight Manny. I mean, he's been wanting to fight Floyd for a long time, but it's political. That's boxing for your ass.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, man, closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to fight this dude, you got to call him out, plain and simple. You know, like, these dudes ain't getting any younger, man. Like, I'm just saying, I don't see why it's so hard just to call Mayweather out. I mean, I understand the fight hasn't happened yet, you know what I'm saying? But
well, maybe he's waiting, maybe because he knows that Floyd's got this fight with Maidana, and maybe he wants to see what happens. Maybe their strategy is, let's see, you know, because Maidana could still shock everybody. Then what?
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Then what?
But I just can't see it happening, man.
I mean, I'm saying though, if that did happen, then it would be Manny versus Maidana. That would be an interesting fight.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll definitely do another video, man, pretty soon. We'll definitely have to chop it up again.
All right, no doubt.
All right, man. Peace out.
Take it easy.